everyone's day is off to an amazing start. Thanks so much for stopping in today, guys. We're in the backyard. Do y'all hear that? Do you guys hear that? No hawks, no hawks. If you guys have been following along for the recent videos, then you will know that we have just been bombarded with just squeaks and squawks from our neighborhood hawks with an S. They have just been terrorizing our backyard, but they're no longer here. I don't know where they're at, but we're just loving it. So it just finished raining. Not sure if you guys can tell, the deck is a little wet, but I have just really been enjoying coming out here and hanging out on the deck since the hawks have decided to leave us be for at least a little while. I don't know where they're at, but anywho's, thanks again for stopping in for today's video. On last week, Eric and I actually wanted to come in and do another brunch with Eric and Tan, but we were so busy. So many of you know that Eric and I, we have a son, Chase. He is in college. However, this school term, he has decided to switch schools. He's transferring. So we have actually been busy doing that. And so today's topic for brunch with Eric and myself will be a little bit, well, it'll be kind of centered around that. So on last school term, we noticed some things, and then just being up on his new campus, we've kind of noticed that, I don't know, we as seasoned adults have actually turned over the reins, the baton to these Gen Zs and these millennials who we feel are not really ready to have the baton, the torch passed on to you, passed on to them in terms of handling really important business. We just don't think they are ready. So we're going to talk about that today. You will have already seen what we are having for our breakfast slash brunch today. Little coffee, little quick scrambled eggs. We have some fruit. Eric's going to have some toast. I'm not going to have any toast. Yesterday was a cheat day for me, so that business is done. No bread for me. But yeah, let me go in here and find Eric, and we'll get started with the video. But oh my gosh, guys, I am just loving being out here, and you can hear the sweet sounds of the other birds. When the hawks were in the backyard terrorizing, they were not only terrorizing us, they were terrorizing the other birds and the chipmunks and the squirrels. And so now I feel that they are able to come out here and thrust and thrive and live their best lives. But yeah. Do you guys prefer your eggs hot, warm, or cold?
Who's eating cold eggs?
Well,
nobody's eating cold eggs. That's gross.
I like mine somewhere in the middle. I really don't like hot eggs. I just don't.
Have you ever had eggs Benedict?
I know. What is that with the?
Let me know. I've only had eggs Benedict a couple of times, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It's like it's the eggs with the hollandaise sauce. It's got an interesting texture. Let us know if you've ever had eggs Benedict.
Raw like?
It's almost, yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's almost like a raw, and it's got like an interesting sauce on it. It's an acquired taste.
No, I don't do that.
You gotta like eggs to like eggs Benedict.
Right, and so I like eggs, but with an asterisk by it. Like I don't,
a lot of people don't like eggs too, yeah. But give us a shot if you don't like, Chase doesn't like eggs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I like eggs, but I don't like them overcooked, and I don't like them undercooked either.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm somewhere in between. So today, guys, as you can see, there's no juicing going on today. I saw you guys' comments, and you made mention of Eric's face, the disgust on his face, as he appeared to be a bit, you know, bothered by the length at which I was going to juice. But juicing takes time. Juicing isn't like making a smoothie. Yeah. Juicing takes a little bit of time. But anyway, we just have some eggs here today, some sausage, some grapes, and I have my coffee. And I wanted to share, so Eric has some toast right here. I didn't get any bread because, again, my cheat day was yesterday. But this bread right here, if you guys are looking to try out some really good bread for not only sandwiches but for French toast, I actually think this is like the French toast bread.
Yeah, brioche.
Brioche, yeah. And it's Sara Lee, and it's the artisanal.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's good. It's really good. It's good sandwich bread. It's really good bread.
It's really thick and it's kind of sweet too. So it's perfect for, I think, French toast. But it's 110 calories per slice. So I don't want any of it. But yeah, so babe, I was telling them about today's topic for today.
Well, you know what? I'm excited to get into the topic, but because once we get into the topic, I think we're just gonna go on a rant. But before we do that, we should probably do our shout outs.
We're gonna do some shout outs today.
Yep. And as usual, we're gonna do the shout outs. We can't cover everybody. If we did, that would be a whole video onto itself.
It would be a video in itself. And again, I just want to thank you guys for the continued support. I see Eric is donning one of the watercolor.
Yeah.
Francis the first color.
Yep, that was, I didn't plan it.
Well, this was Bob Marley. You have
but it's still the watercolors.
Yeah.
So Francis S. from Humble, Texas, and all of you guys in Texas, shout out to y'all. You are in our thoughts and prayers. I've been talking to people I know in Texas. Whew. But Francis S., hope you're staying safe out there. Bob Marley watercolors, which is similar to this, but with Bob Marley on it. She placed that order.
Thank you, Francis.
Another Texas, El Paso, Margarita P, ordered a Lux shirt.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Margarita. Angela J., this is her third order, by the way, from Palatine, Illinois. A Lux shirt. Thank you so much, Angela J.
Thanks, Angela. Oh, this sausage is spicy.
Joy SG. Joy SG out of Lawrence, Kansas. I don't know if Kansas is getting that heat. I wonder. Let us know. A Sade, so the new Sade shirt was a big hit. So she ordered that. Yeah,
so many of you purchased that.
Tawanda W, by the way, this is her third order out of Louisville, Kentucky, ordered a 2-shirt bundle. So happy birthday to you, Tawanda W, because you ordered a two-shirt t-shirt bundle. Man, that was a tongue twister.
T-shirt bundle, not for me. The educators rolled through it.
Here we go. All right, Yvonne G out of Gary, Indiana. Michael Jackson's hometown, one of their favorite artists. Peach Bellini body scrub.
Yep, that was the last scrub. I think you got the last one.
Crystal C, her 5th order.
Thank you, Crystal.
The Come Hither body butter. Angela B, 2 body butters. Thank you so much. She is out of Opelika, Florida.
Y'all know how Florida.
Home team Diana L placed a huge order. She ordered 4 custom Lux shirts out of Hinesville, Georgia. Shout out to the home team.
Where's that?
Georgia. I think that's South Georgia. I'm not sure. This one is right in Atlanta, so they're rolling right on. Joanne I ordered another Sade.
I like the way you spell your name too, Joanne. Thank you.
Another Bob Marley watercolors. That's Joanne again.
So she placed 2 orders. All right.
Right here in Atlanta.
Thank you, Joanne.
This order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shirts.
9 shirts. Demita C.
And that was your first order ever.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
All right.
Oh my gosh, 9 shirts. Thank you so much.
Sonia H, her 5th order. Powder Springs, Georgia home team.
All right, I know where Powder Springs is. Powder Springs, Georgia.
Yep.
She got the Black Marriages bundle.
Yep. Donna R paying homage to some of the R&B divas. She brought the Sade concert t-shirt and a Janet Jackson.
How many of you are going to see Janet Jackson? I think I've been seeing somewhere around the interwebs. She's actually touring right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Janet Jackson. How old is Janet Jackson? She looks good too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So leave a comment. Drop down if you have ever seen Janet Jackson or if you are going to see her tour right now. I know she has a little baby too. Yeah,
Donna R. So she's out of Fresno, California.
Thanks, Donna.
Daphne R. out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. Another Bob Marley watercolor.
You guys, in this particular bundle of orders,
Bob Marley and Sade.
The constant theme was watercolor and the new Sade tee. All right, and the last one, guys, that we're gonna do for today. Remember, there were so many of you, and we just want to send a huge thank you out to everyone who shopped on last week, but we could not. Y'all, again, like Eric said, it would be a video on this shout outs. So the last one for today.
Alicia F. out of Columbus, Ohio, mask off.
All right.
Are we taking our masks off yet? We might have to put it back on.
You gotta put,
I don't know. Things are happening.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on to the video, babe, before your breakfast gets cold. Go ahead and dig into yours, babe. I think by default now your eggs are probably like...
They're still good.
They're okay. Lukewarm, they're not lukewarm. But so yeah, I was telling everybody that our beloved Chase has decided to transfer schools, right? And his transfer, and even what we saw on last school term was like the catalyst for today's little topic this morning. We've seen some things, guys, in terms of our Gen Zs and our millennials just being, they are assuming a lot more
taking the mantle. Yeah, they're the next generation. Yeah. So we're having to work with them more in this transition.
But we don't feel that they are receiving or even quite ready for that.
You know, it's like there are always generation gaps. Like our parents were the baby boomers, and I'm sure our parents thought we were useless at some point, and like, man, these spoiled, I think we're Gen X. These spoiled Gen Xers, they don't know what they're doing, they're spoiled. I think we're at that point now. Yeah. Right? I think the first thing we're starting to see, what do you think of, do you think they have the people skills we have? Do you find them to be rude? Do you find them to have the same people skills we have?
Well, let me just say this. I absolutely feel we were a little bit more better prepared if we compare where we were in the stage of their lives, especially the ones that you and I have come in contact with here recently. These kids is rude. They are so rude. They're so rude. Their lack of people skills, and then a lot of them have been placed in customer service positions, and they're not ready. They're very ill-equipped.
I want to defend them in a minute, but before I do, let me take your side. Y'all know we just came back not too long ago. Cruise left out of Miami. We were in a hotel downtown Miami.
Shout out to everyone who left a comment on the cruise video.
A lot of great cruise videos. I wanted to get some lunch, so I walked to the McDonald's that was close to the hotel.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Actually, no, I walked to Wendy's first. At the Wendy's, the first girl, she was probably a millennial, maybe Gen Z. No people skills.
What did she do?
She locked up the cash register. Some kind of way, she was playing around with the cash register, locked up the cash register, couldn't take any orders. She and the other guy working the register just playing around. Oh, you locked up the cash register. We're just all of us sitting there waiting for her.
Terrible.
To sometimes she got logged out.
They didn't mean to do it though, right?
No, but they weren't apologetic. They were just playing around. They had to reboot the cash register. I just had to leave and go to McDonald's. McDonald's is where it got real bad. So at McDonald's, this kid.
See, that's your problem right there. What are you doing?
There was, you know how it is.
Wendy's and McDonald's.
You know how it is when you're traveling. Sometimes it's like that's all we got.
Yeah,
so I walked to McDonald's. This young boy looked like he was about, and I worked at McDonald's when I was 15, right? So this kid was probably 15, 16. You act like you're me and take the order at McDonald's. Just walk up and you're the customer.
Oh, I'm a customer.
Yeah.
Hello, I would like the grilled chicken sandwich. Is this Chick-fil-A?
McDonald's. You gotta act like you're McDonald's. Order like a Big Mac.
Wait, there's McDonald's, but I don't want a Big Mac.
This is just a skit.
All right, hi. Can I have a Big Mac and a large fry? And that's it.
What else you want?
He did not.
What?
He did not.
It was worse. Honestly, I'm not doing it. It was worse than that.
He did not say, what else you want?
What else you want? And Boo looked mad. Like, was just like, didn't want to be there.
But he at work.
He at work. And it wasn't personal because it wasn't directed at me. Because I didn't take it personally because I saw the two people that went like in front of me. That was just how he was at work. And then I've never seen anybody work and moving this slow. It's like going to get the Big Mac, like rolling his eyes.
Sir, you at work though.
This one dude dropped his food and went and asked the guy for another order of ketchup or something. He went and got like 1 pack of ketchup. He was like, here you go. Just gave him like 1 pack of ketchup.
Cause he paying, that ketchup coming out of his check.
Yeah, so
Eric,
yeah, I think
you've worked at McDonald's, right?
Yeah, you know, my first job at McDonald's, I was 15. So now I'm sounding like our parents did. Like I had to walk 30 miles to school in the snow, but I did have my first job at McDonald's at 15. As a matter of fact, legally in the state of Georgia, and I'm sure it's the same now, because I was only 15, I could only do janitorial work. Like I couldn't work in the kitchen. So I had what's called lot and lobby.
Oh, okay. I was about to say janitorial work.
And back then, our managers at McDonald's were on us. Like you couldn't mess up. Like the manager, I saw his manager in Miami. She wasn't paying attention. She could care less. My manager was so mean. He stayed on to the point where I got like fired.
I remember because you get fired back then.
Yeah, you get fired.
Now I think these kids they know that they are in such high demand.
No.
Fire who?
Right.
No way.
Who's gonna show up?
We had, because I worked at McDonald's too. I had this manager, his name was Sterling. He had a silver Corvette. And he was about this tall, right? But when I tell you, this man would put the fear of God in us every time, and he would drive fast. every time, because I would be in the drive-thru most of the time.
Roll up.
And so whoever's in the drive-thru, you knew to be like, Sterling's here, and we would just start looking for stuff. Like we were in there at 15 and 16 years old, straight up acting like we had a mortgage to pay, a car note, and a kid we putting through college. We treated it like it was a career. That man would come in there and talk to us any kind of way. I remember now, my manager's name was Clarence. I think they were the same guy. Old dude, was mean as He wasn't really old, but my guy was old. Was mean. But he was mean, and he wore these, his pants were real tight. He wore, because you know they had the white shirt with the navy blue work pants, and he wore these cowboy boots because he was so short. And it was a black guy. Yeah, my Clarence was black. Yeah, and he wore these cowboy boots. The heel was about that tall, and we all said it was because he was so short. Probably. He was trying to, you know, make himself look taller, but it's fear of God. It's funny too, and I remember when I got, and I didn't do anything wrong. Clarence was, I was 15. I kind of didn't know what I was, but anyway, I got fired. Ended up working at Chick-fil-A after that. Not a big deal. But I remember telling my parents, and this shows the difference between like moms and dads. My mom called the McDonald's and like literally cursed him out for firing, like got on him. I can see me doing that. Yeah, you would absolutely. I can see me. You would probably drive up. I'd drive up there. I'd have to take your. Let me see the manager. My dad just laughed and was like, "See, this is why you need to go to college, so you don't have to work for people like that." So two very different. And so the flip side now is, hey, eat your eggs and your sausage. So the flip side now is these kids will talk to you any kind of way they want because they know that their manager has the fear. The manager is fearful that they're gonna quit, not that they're gonna get fired. They know their manager is fearful that they're gonna quit. And you know who's lining up to work at McDonald's right now? You have people. You know you have. Well, tell them what happened when we went to Sonic the other day. We went to Sonic the other day, guys. The drive-in. That was yesterday. That was my cheat day. We have not been to Sonic. Not sure if you guys have Sonics where you are. They're like kind of like a retro drive-in, like burger type place. They have a really large menu, and I have not been, we as a family have not been to Sonic in forever. That was something that we used to do, you know, when Chase was smaller. So I was like, hey, for my cheat day, let's go to Sonic. First of all, we had to drive to Timbuktu to get there in the worst traffic. Yesterday was Friday. Friday Atlanta traffic. That's all you need to say, Friday Atlanta. Boom, shut it down. Took forever to get there. We pull up to the little, I don't know, car hop thing. You're supposed to press the button and they're supposed to, you know, come on. Nobody ever, no one ever came. So but they also have a drive-through. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go through the drive. There were cars there. There were other customers there. Yeah, there were people already parked there. Not many, maybe 3 or 4 cars. So we circle around, get in the drive-through because we were worried it was gonna go slow. Oh, the 3 cars in front of us, boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh wow, okay, the drive-through is pretty fast. We'll just get our food and just go park back over there. Pull up to the window. Oh, we sorry for any inconvenience, but we closed. This was 4 o'clock p.m.? It wasn't even 4 o'clock yet. Yesterday. And it also happened to us at Del Taco. Yeah. When we went to through the drive. So. And so you can tell the person who came over the speaker, it was one of these Gen Z millennials. Like, how do you just shut down the store? Lex Sterling had pulled up to McDonald's and our manager at the time had closed it. These fast food places having a hard time. They're having a hard time. Yeah. Yeah. And so how this all, again, this just all ties into what we've been seeing, you know, going up on campus with Chase and stuff. It's just these kids, they've assumed roles. They're not ready for it and they don't take it seriously. Is that their fault though? So let me play devil's advocate. Social media. Social media is the problem. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Well, it's just, social media is good. Like you're in social media and it's bad like anything else. It comes with a lot of benefits, but it's a terrible way to communicate with people. Like back in the day when we were dating, right? I had to pick up the phone and call you, or we had to meet face to face. Like, how much communication is nonverbal, right? It's body language, it's tone. These kids DMing themselves, they liking each other's pictures. They're not as willing, or they will meet face to face, but it takes a lot more for them to meet face to face and hang out. They just want to like each other's pictures. Right, and I think too, social media has, I don't know, in some ways made it kind of like, it's a faux pas to actually reach out
Who's gonna reach out first?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to seem thirsty or like you said, the way we used to meet each other person or face to face. It's like, no, you don't do that. We only communicate on Instagram. We only
just don't like your picture.
Not even texting anymore.
Not even texting.
We only if I don't like your picture, then.
And then
all hell's gonna break loose.
And then you DM somebody or you text somebody, but everybody's
it seems sleazy if someone DMs you.
And then everybody's texting and DM is different. Like some people will DM or text you right back. Some people aren't like that, and that's fine. But they might take an hour, 2 days. Do you take that personally?
Right. So you're saying the way that this affects them in terms of how they interact with the world. It just messes up communication. Yeah. That's how you first learn to communicate with your peers. So the guy at McDonald's or Wendy's, wherever it was in Miami, he didn't make eye contact with you.
Thank you.
And
you can't blame them. They don't have the practice. It's all done through screens. But should maybe get that from home though? Should maybe get that from home? Yeah, and you know what? It's easy as parents, and we're all guilty of it. You hand your child the phone, especially those of y'all with young kids, you hand your child the phone or the tablet and you walk away, but you got to put them in stuff. You got to teach them those face-to-face skills.
Right, because that's what I was going to say. Like, what is that, interpersonal skills?
Yeah, those soft skills.
Those soft skills, that is what we teach our kids, you know, elementary school, middle school. Look people in the eye when you're talking to them. I don't know if people say yes ma'am and no ma'am anymore. I think that might be a bit antiquated, but I saw someone put a post, was it on Instagram? You know, we need to teach our kids that answering what to an adult it's very rude. It's very rude.
The other thing too, just the content that's on social media. I mean, you can look up anything. A lot of it is bad content. It's hard to control what they're looking at. A lot of it is negative content. Yeah. I also think this generation more than any generation is exposed to like negative content. It's always like everything is terrible. Yeah. Woe is me. And everything is bad. It just
down. All these different causes and these different. I don't know.
Everything is bad.
Everything is bad, and like everything we need to protest and do this and that.
It's a little too woke.
And it's like, y'all are a bit too woke and too serious for me.
All the time. That's it. Too serious all the time. Yeah. Like we can't get offended by everything.
What bills are y'all really paying? You know, you're going back home to your cushy suburbs or your nice house where your parents are not only paying all your bills, but that phone that you're on getting depressed, you know.
Yeah. It's never going to be
paying that phone bill too. Yeah.
Society is never going to be perfect. It's never going to be all the way politically correct. Don't get down. Don't get depressed. You know, I wore my Malcolm X shirt. Like, think about when Malcolm X and Martin were around. Think about Mandela. Think about all the, you know, the freedom fighters and stuff. Yeah. You know, there's always going to be something, but don't take life so seriously and don't be offended by every little bit.
So what we have been seeing is just them being so heavy. I guess the net of this right here is they're just so freaking heavy. You guys will have to drop down, leave a comment, let us know when just you are out and you see these Gen Zs and these millennials. Do they look happy to y'all? They just look so down.
And they will complain. It's like, well, we're living with COVID and we've had restrictions, and I get it. But it's always something. It's always going to be something going on.
Right, but you guys, they're living with COVID.
But they got Zoom, they got...
How about they're living with their parents?
They're living with their parents till they're 35.
Right. It's like... No, we're living with COVID, but our parents lived with things, and our parents' parents.
It's still what a time to be alive.
And
you know, I think Future, somebody had enough. What a time to be alive. Yeah. Right. Speaking of music and Future, the other thing and depression, the depressing music and the music in general.
The one that sticks out to me, and I want to say she has gotten better, Billie Eilish. That girl has had countless albums at this point of the I'm just gonna slip my wrist music.
There are a lot of
it's just so freaking depressing music. Like Billie Eilish, what do you have to be so sad for? The girl was homeschooled, both parents in the home. I think, where was she from? California or something like that. So beautiful days just about every day. Why are you so depressed?
And a lot of the music is very, like, it's not hype. It's not, you know, what we listen to. It's not.
But it's not jazz.
No,
jazz was, you know, we had jazz too, but it was still uplifting in your
spirit. Their music just makes you want to drift off
and just. And then I know too, Billie Eilish. Again, I think she has changed a little bit in terms of both her music and what she wears, but the wearing. The big old black sweatpants in the middle of the summer, the fashion, the depressing fashion. I blame Kanye for that mess too. They're just walking around like, why are y'all walking around?
Kanye's music took that turn too. Kanye started out, he had kind of party, upbeat music, and then his stuff went real. Everything's dark.
Yeah.
Everything is just dark and depressing. Let me also, musically too, the quality. Look, every generation doesn't like the future, but I'm sorry, you can say what you.
The 90s.
The quality of the music is gone.
The 90s was that era of music. We haven't seen it again.
And you know why? Because the 90s sampled from the 80s and the 70s, right? Because the 70s was also a great decade. But everything from the 90s, it was sampling the Isley Brothers and Curtis Mayfield and Diana Ross and James Brown. It was sampling from previous, from the 70s.
Then even when, I know most of the artists did sample, but even when they didn't sample,
they still were musicians.
The music had substance and they were actually musicians. Remember, who was it?
I know Organized Noise was, The Roots, Organized Noise, all those guys were original
But someone
musicians.
recently, who was it that did an album, I think they said in 10 minutes, did the whole album in 10 minutes.
Migos did Bad and Bougie, I think Chase told me, in 10 minutes.
What the, what?
And you can do it. When I heard Bad and Bougie, I was like, those dudes are freestyling. They didn't write that. That's a freestyle. I know a freestyle when I hear one.
That's crazy. And so I think, again, the dress, the music, them just freestyling it. These kids out here freestyling their lives right now.
By the way, when we're talking about the music, there's a whole genre of music that's died in black music. R&B. R&B is gone.
Yeah.
It's dead. Name an R&B group. I'll wait. You can't say, or name an R&B artist.
So
you
can't go and pull one from back. Like, you can't go and say Mary J. Blige.
No.
Like,
and you can't say Chris Brown. You can't say Rihanna. You can't say Beyonce. I mean, they're great artists, but I wouldn't classify them as cool R&B. No, and I'm not mad at them.
You don't think Beyonce's R&B?
Not anymore.
Okay, not anymore.
I mean, and I'm not mad at them. They're following.
Who did you say? You said Rihanna,
Chris Brown, and Beyonce.
I want to say they all started out R&B.
Of course.
I want to say they all started out R&B, but when you have kids buying your music, you gotta bob and weave and sway it in to fit what people are buying right now.
Everything now is almost pop. Almost everything kind of goes into pop. There really aren't defined genres. Maybe that's a good thing.
But you know who I think is doing R&B right now and doing it really well? Justin Bieber. Some of his stuff is really good. What's the guy's name from UK? Harry Styles.
That's pop though.
You think it's pop?
Yeah.
But it's close. It's as close to R&B.
It's all pop.
We got right
it's all pop. It's all pop music. So yeah, that's gone away. Auto-tune. I don't mind auto-tune. Like I grew up listening to Zap and Computer Love with the vocoder.
Who was that? Who
I don't mind auto-tune. Well, Cher was the first.
But no, here recently. It was
T-Pain. T-Pain made it
pop. They canceled him for it.
But now it's like it's over auto-tune today.
I don't know. Who's still doing auto-tune? I don't really hear it.
All the rappers do it. You probably don't notice it anymore because it's just your ears have gotten used to it. So the music isn't doing these kids any good because there's no musicianship. It doesn't really take you anywhere. It makes you more depressed, right?
Also, we've also been seeing, the driving going back and forth between the two campuses, guys.
Well, kids these days, and I know this for a fact, they're not as interested in driving. When you and I were 15, 16, we couldn't when am I getting a car? I'm ready to go get my license.
I was driving at 15.
And you couldn't wait.
Driving.
You bugged your parents to death.
I didn't have a license, but I was driving.
We drove back and forth to work. These kids, they could, it's an afterthought. I'm not saying they don't totally want to drive, but it's an afterthought. And maybe because they got Uber and Lyft.
They have the little scooters that they can rent now. So yeah, this again, when at the top of the video, I said that we've just been noticing how these kids aren't ready, and it's like they don't want to be ready. How do you not want to learn how to drive?
But could you argue that every generation? I think that every generation, it takes you longer and longer to grow up. It takes you longer and longer to grow up every generation.
And then because their parents have so much and we've given them so much.
Did somebody spoil our son a little bit?
Why should I learn how to drive when you can take me? And then what they will say too is they're trying to be a little bit more, environment conscious.
No, that's not true because if they Uber and Lyft everywhere, that's not good for them.
But then you get the ones who go the other direction. They get these loud cars and they're just revving them up.
Let me say this. I'm a car guy. I like cars. I get the muscle car thing. Again, we're 70s babies. I grew up with the muscle cars and all that stuff. Those are the cars I love growing up. The Chargers and all that stuff.
I don't like Chargers.
I like Chargers. That's the old Dukes of Hazzard car. I don't mind them. But when you tune your car where it's so loud that I can't hear myself think.
Does everybody know what that means? Tune your car?
So I'll give you an example. I was jogging the other day. I don't know, it was one of the muscle cars. It's driving past me. Car just tuned loud, just super loud. Which, okay, fine. Like it was loud, like it was hurting my ears. But he was all that noise, and the car was literally going this fast. Like I was jogging,
and that is the
faster than he was driving.
They don't be going nowhere.
You don't even go like, bro.
That loud car, y'all aren't going anywhere.
If you don't tune the car, at least have it like get some.
A Tesla will come right by.
You can get a Tesla, a
you
Porsche,
won't hear the Tesla.
A Rivian. They gonna do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
They doing all that revving
up. And you doing all that revving, and bro, you're not even going anywhere. Like if you're gonna get the car tuned up, at least go somewhere. Like you're not even.
So said all that to say they getting on our nerves with these cars. Like, drop down, leave a comment, let us know if in your neighborhood they are out of control with these cars. I am almost to the point where the local counties need to have some type of.
But do we want to be that? Do we want to be those people?
Right.
Y'all are too loud. Get off my lawn.
That sounds old, but my goodness, guys.
I don't mind a car.
It is ridiculous.
I don't mind a car with a little bit of, I get a little bit of engine noise, but some of y'all is like, nah, come on, y'all.
Because our BMW has a little noise.
Yeah, you can tune your car a little bit.
It has a little noise.
But this was like.
And then they'll do it 5:30 and 6 in the morning. I don't know. Do we sound old?
We didn't do that. I think it's more generational. I think it's both. Nobody was racing cars, revving them up. Well, we were racing cars, but you weren't revving them up.
We have an issue. We had racing in the streets.
A little bit. Not like today. Not like today.
We have an issue here in Atlanta. You guys again will have to drop down, leave a comment, let us know if this is something that's going on in you guys' communities. We are having a big issue here in Atlanta with the street racing.
They're doing donuts.
The donuts and stuff in the middle of the night. I will say they've kind of cracked down on it a little bit. It has gotten better, but I heard it the other night.
I heard it too. Woke me up, and it was hard to go back to sleep. And then you see them filming the street racing, and they doing donuts, and it'd be like, this is the car doing a donut, and where I'm sitting, this is where they're filming. Somebody is gonna lose a leg.
So yeah, just a really quick brunch with Eric and I today. You guys again, drop down, leave a comment. Let us know if you have seen any of these infractions going on with the Gen Zs and millennials.
And don't, we got some Gen Z and millennials that watch the channel.
Yeah.
If we're full of it, if we don't know what we're talking about, if it's our generation is trash, we got some trash ways too.
Yes,
our generation has some trash ways.
Yes, we do.
So call us out on it.
We know it's not all of y'all. We have encountered some really,
of course not.
Some of y'all are on the way to being some really, really productive, just on it members of society. There are a few of you, however, who may need to go back to maybe 9th, 10th grade.
I think it's taking y'all longer to grow up.
Yeah, you just missed a few soft skills that would make you a little bit better. We got to get better. Those of you who are in customer service, we got to work on that. We got to tweak the attitude.
We got to go ahead and start driving, y'all. We got to go ahead and start driving.
Don't come to work mad. Let me just sit on this one for a minute, please. Why are you at work upset? I have seen.
They're upset because they listen to all this. Don't listen to all this depressing music. It's not all bad out in the streets.
Stop coming to work. Some of you are coming to work smelling a little bit high also. Don't come to work really loud, guys. I think some of you Gen Z and millennials need so much to be happy. Guys, you're living in the best days, the best times of our lives. You guys have everything to be happy.
It doesn't seem like it sometimes, but trust me.
It really doesn't seem like it. We know that, but you guys are good. So
you're gonna be all right.
Could not let another weekend go, because we just saw this a couple of days ago. We were like, wait, there's a trend going on, right? So we just had to come in and kind of bring this to you guys. Let us know your thoughts on it. Again, thank you so much for all the comments on the cruise. You guys were very, very helpful. You guys left some great suggestions. We will not be cruising again.
I'm a talker. I'm working on it.
He don't want to cruise either. But
I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna go there.
We really appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping in, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.